Hello, this is my house. My name is Petter, and this video is about the yard of my house and the general appearance from the outside. I'm going to pan left, which is my little shack and garage shop. Panning back to the right, there's the house. We just cut back all the hibiscus trees and kind of trimmed everything severely. So that hedge there will be growing back the next couple of weeks and probably have flowers on it in a couple of weeks. Panning to the right, that's the road and the gate. I'm standing at the base of the water tower, and so my feet are about 12 to 14 feet off the ground. I'm going to walk down the trail. I don't have any ways to edit this, so I just gonna keep the camera running. Okay, now I'm back down in the yard. There's my truck. Front yard, front of the house, and the entrance. I'm going to go out to the road and show you what the road looks like. I'm about 300 yards away from the asphalt. I got my posts, got some old used brick I found to try to fix the posts up, and I got a foot gate there, pedestrian gate. Turning left, the blacktop is about 300 yards away. There's a little creek down there, and it's just up the hill to, there's a restaurant, a bakery, the blacktop, the bus stop, and we got Robbie's Resort down to the right, which is closed right now. This is July 17th or so, and it's overcast and about 85 degrees. Turning around, that's the road going up into the mountains. This road goes about 6 kilometers up and ends in an ancient Indian village. Actually, it stops in their graveyard practically. But then the road turns into a horse trail and goes all the way up to the other side of the peninsula towards the Macaracas area. And that's where the gold's at, if you're interested in doing that. Alright, there's my for sale sign, and here's the gate. So we're going to go back in. The house is being painted on the interior right now, and my water pressure, or my pressure washer, the connection to the hose, I lost it, so I haven't pressure washed the house yet, so I'm not going to show the house. That's going to be another video. So here along the fence line, I got about, and around the property, I think it's 48 of these coconut trees. They're not producing yet, but they will be shortly. Here I got 5 lime trees, and there's actually a lime, and that might actually be key lime. I'm not sure. I got a couple of key limes, and this might be another key lime. These plants here are crocuses that you might find at your local garden center. Here they just grow like weeds. Here's another key lime, more crocus plants. These are, I believe, Persian limes in here. And so you put the lime here and the coconuts from over there, and you shake it all up. Okay, not funny. And we got actually this is a red banana. We got really nice bananas coming off that plant. And I'm actually thinking about cutting some of these bananas down because they're kind of shading out the limes, and I got enough bananas and plantains going around. So now we're going back down along the property line. I just had this mowed last week. My gardener, if you keep it short, he can actually weed eat all this in one day, which I pay him $15 for, and I supply the gas in the line. Maybe I buy him a lunch. This tree is called Lang Lang, which is the tree that they make Chanel No. 5 out of. So it's a fragrant tree. This tree is a fruit tree. I'm not sure which kind. And here's the corner of my property, which is about 2,700 square meters. Here's my corner post. Here's the road. And down here is the creek, which is pretty much native jungle. It's technically public land. It's protected green belt, so nobody can cut these trees down. And but also people have access to it, so every once in a while you'll find a couple of old ladies looking for crawdads, which is a good time of year to go crawdad fishing back there. I'll show you my crawdad hole in a minute. So here is the hand-dug well, which is 25 feet deep. After 9 feet of clay, it turns into rock, and the water is coming out of the rock. I do not get my water from here. That is a good backup. My water actually comes from a tube coming from across the street and then goes up this edge of my property. So if for some reason the municipality water went out, you can simply just pump this water out, find the tube, and fill up the tank, and it will serve you well in an emergency. Oh, here I got a fruit. Look at this. This is a delicious fruit. I actually pay about $1 a piece for these in the store. This is a little bit smaller, but this tree is producing. See here, there's a fruit there. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this is a rose apple tree which produces so much that the branches broke. We had to trim it back. This, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's a fruit tree. This is a mango tree that I planted. I grew from seed, and it should be ready to produce any time now. It's looking really good. And along here, you got a hedgerow of these bamboo-looking trees. It's not bamboo. It's just got little nice pinnate leaves. And over here is the actual other corner of my property. Trying to find the rebar. It basically goes from this line bananas over to that line of bananas. Once again, this is the public area. I just had my gardener chop all this down so we can see what's going on here. It's always a little bit cooler in here. It's a good place to hang out during the summertime because you got some water. And you know, it's not much, you know. So this is where I go crawdad fishing. I got some crawdad traps, and I just put a little bit of pork belly on them, and I pulled out hundreds and hundreds of crawdads out of this creek. So, okay, we'll keep moving on unless this video just goes on forever. And by the way, I got my fence on the other side of this creek to keep the cows out. We had a well down here our first year here, and so Ludwig, the guy that owns all the land around me, let me put my fence on the other side. You might be able to see it through there, but it's not my property. My property is over here. couldn't sell me the creek because it's public property. So we'll just pop up in the backyard for a second, where you can see the hedgerow again. Another hedgerow. These are actually a lot like box. I forget. You can trim these back down and it'll box out and turn into a proper hedge. Here I got more crocus plants of all different colors and varieties. Blocking off the terrace. Always really like these. These you can cut down, same deal. If you cut them off at, like, say, 4 feet, they'll just bush out. Here I got a pineapple plant, and that's a lemongrass. Here's another pineapple. I got a couple of lemongrasses. These are butterfly palms, and they're growing really quick. I had to cut them back pretty severely there. Here's my outdoor shower. I used to have a bunch of plants growing around here, but this is where I shower most of the time, actually. And this huge thing is actually oregano. So I got lemongrass and oregano growing. Called spaghetti you want. These plants are called yucca, and underneath each one of these you can get anywhere from 10 to 50 pounds of root crop called yucca. It is not the same as the Arizona. This is actually a mahogany tree I planted. These are more bananas. They call them chinos. It's like I got some old ones up here. I got actually a couple of cocoa plants. I got some red ginger. And let's see here. I don't see my chocolate trees. I wonder if something happened. The gooseman didn't cut them down. Huh. Should have been right here. I might have lost them. Yeah, I planted this palm tree when I first got here, and it says gone bananas. It's producing seed like crazy. I got a bunch of these growing in my other place. I planted from seed. Here's a cow plant. This is where you get your chocolate from. You got a vine growing around. Clean it up. It'll take a few years, but it'll grow. It'll produce chocolate. And I had a tree come down here. So they cut the tree into pieces while I was gone. And this is what I got left to look at. So there's a little bit of a burning project here coming on this summer. This is not the same creek. This is a tributary to the creek. And again, here it looks like my worker harvested a yucca plant, so he's reseeded it. You just put a stick in the ground. And I just let him eat all the yucca he wants, because I don't hardly eat it, but it's available. This is a bread tree plant. And it's about ready to start producing. It's about 3 years old and it's growing strong. I lost a palm tree here. I lost 2 good palm trees when this tree fell. But it also daylighted this area, so I'm going to get some more trees planted. This is sort of the far corner of my property. And once again, I got limes and lemons and oranges all planted over here. There's actually the public area. The fence over there is about 20 yards away from my actual property line, which I'm standing on now. But there's nobody here, and it's like there's going to be plenty of lemons and limes and oranges and guayabana, and that's a hibiscus tree. There's going to be plenty for everybody here, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Besides, I'm the only one here. Well, actually, there's a new house about more than that, about 400 yards away. It's a Canadian couple. He's actually from Germany to start with. These are some more hibiscus trees. Here's the edge of my property here. Actually, and this is passion fruit vine that's growing like crazy. That'll produce a passion fruit. That flower right there. We got some critters running around. Mother-in-law tongues. More coconuts. These are yellow coconuts and dwarf yellows. Here's my old pickup truck and the entrance to my tin shack. We call it Deposito. I got watt power coming out here. And up there's my 300-gallon water tank, which I figure the base of the tank is somewhere around 23 feet above the floor of the house. And you can calculate the water pressure from there. There's a formula. It's not enough. We'd like to have a little bit more water pressure. I'm having a problem with the lack of water pressure turning on the water heater in the shower. That'll be part of next week's video once they get the house cleaned up. Okay, I'm going to hit the button now. Alright, hope you enjoyed it.